Hi guys, just at the site of our latest garage drum studio in London. We're going to get a few things done today. Obviously the garage has been emptied, ready for us to start the job. There's going to be a few things in this. So we got a window we're going to take out. This is going to be a bit smaller, so we're going to make this one about 110 by 50. We're going to have a wall at the front here, which is going to go across from around here. So it's going to be a storage area at the front with access for a roller shutter door, which is kind of something we've done before. And obviously the main body of the studio is going to be for drums. We're also going to try and incorporate the sloping roof into the design, so kind of gives it a bit more height for the customer. We're going to take this door out, we'll have our soundproof doors going on there, so that's going to change quite a bit. So today we're going to be getting the base plates down, which will mark out the sort of location of the walls. We might get some first bits of insulation. We're going to get our first fix electrics, maybe build this end wall, and then obviously next week when we come back we'll have prefabricated all the panels to sort of drop in, including the roof. So fair bit to do. We'll keep the camera running and we'll bring you guys back once a bit further on.
PJ starts by disconnecting the metal fuse board that was already installed in the garage. We made sure the power was off for this. I'm rerouting the 2.5mm supply to the shed, which is on a 16A breaker used to power a fridge and tumble dryer down in the garden. We then attach the consumer unit and one socket to the wall in the new location. There is still power for the recently installed electric shutter doors.
Okay guys, so we got the electrics moved, so we got the consumer unit moved from over there to this side. So this is going to be the storage area where PJ stood. It's going to be a little bit easier to have the electrics there permanently now, so we've moved that. Jacob's been doing some base plates, so he's getting those down now, including that back wall. So we're just framing out this at the back, so we've got something to work to. Me and PJ are going to be doing some first fix electrics in a minute. Going to have a bite to eat and then we'll bring it back later on.
Hanging around at the last orders. Still so far from home. Slowly burning into embers. Just a fire burns a cold world.
What are you doing?
Washing my hair.
No, you're not. You haven't got any hair. Ooh.
Oh, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Well, you wouldn't be washing your hair in here, would you?
Do you ever mean things come out of your mouth?
Mean things and stuff about curry.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Ring main.
Ring mine.
This is clever. How many sockets?
6. No other questions?
What size break on the ring main?
32. Why?
Just
You
wondering.
You answer the question. Why 32, not 16?
Because it needs it.
Whilst Jacob concentrates on getting the base plates down for the new walls, myself and PJ do the first fix electrics, which utilises 2.5mm cable for the sockets and 1.5 cable for the fan and lights. There are 6 sockets in total and 2 feeds for the 4-way spots.
Oh, that's a bit. It's been a bit bit in that wood. Oh dear. Oh, look how saggy this is over here.
Yeah, I know, but they've put an extra timber in, haven't they? They've put a timber there. Yeah, it's gone a bit. Okay guys, that's the first little bit of job done on the garage drum studio. Jacob's just working some stuff out in the van. PJ's there just finishing off the electrics. We've done quite a bit. Can't really go much further at the moment because we've run out of sort of damp-proof core, so we like to put the insulation on that. So let's just have a look and see what we did get done. Hello PJ.
Hello.
The lights going, everything. We've had rain, we've had everything, haven't we? Sunshine.
Yeah.
Lots of travel. What have we done? Well, we've got the base plates in. This is the outer wall, which is going to be a storage area here. Got the inner wall there. We've got some damp-proof membrane underneath, or damp-proof course, just to sort of protect it a little bit from the concrete base. We moved the electrics, so we got the consumer unit was over here. and it's now moved to there. The reason for that is this is going to be an open sort of space, and there's going to be nothing on that wall, so we can just tie everything back to there for now. There's a roller shutter door on this, so it's going to be a nice little storage area. Obviously there'll be a subfloor in here. We just got all the base plates in for the wall. What we decided also is to follow the sort of line of the ceiling, so it's going to have a bit of a fall on it. It's just a shame not to have that height, because PJ's, what are you, 5'6". Just go to the left there. Go to the left. So you're 6'1", so there's a good 8 foot there, isn't there? Yeah. Obviously that's going to come a bit lower. We'll have insulation in this part of the ceiling. We'll probably have to support them with some DPC or something just to hold that in. Thought we'd actually get that angle in the roof. I think that'll sort of make a bit more sense. This window is going to get reduced in size. It's going to be 120 by 50. Door there is going to be replaced with one of our soundproof doors. Yes. That's it really, isn't it, PJ?
I reckon.
So again.
I reckon.
So this is only the first part of the video. So like next week when we come back, we'll keep on going. We shall see you next week.
Go. No. Go.
Okay guys, we're back at the Garage Drum Studio in West London. Myself and PJ today. Say hello, PJ.
Hi.
We came here for one day last week just to kind of get things started. Got some of the electrics in, got some of the base plates down. What we've actually done is taken quite a lot of measurements, and we've built this entire wall, which is going to be a little bit higher than this side. You can see there's like a bit of a slant in the roof. So what we wanted to do was try and get that slant in the ceiling internally as well, so obviously make use of the space. So we've kind of pre-built the sides. We've got insulations going here, 100mm insulation, and we've got a pre-built wall which has got insulation in it. We're going to have to make some of these panels and some of the in-between bits, like around the window. This is actually going to be condensed slightly, so we're going to have a much smaller window, so we've got that to take out. We've forgotten all the tools for that, so we might have to improvise. Let's see how we deal with that later on. So yeah, we've got that to go in. We've got around the door to do. We've also got on this side, just come over here, PJ. We're going to have a double wall here, so you can see the base plates on the floor here. That's going to be the internal wall. This is going to be the wall for a storage area here, and then obviously we've got electric doors, so the client can actually get stuff out. So it's going to be a drum room, so it's going to, it's got a lot of insulation in. In terms of the ceiling, this is kind of what's been inherited. Obviously it's had a new metal roof, which is, I think it's kind of drip proof, isn't it?
It's not the dreaded asbestos.
No, it's got some kind of drip proof coating on the inside, like you kind of get in shipping containers.
Yeah.
So we're going to flush fit insulation right up to the roof. I think these are going to be about, they look 60, 70 spaces. So it's not really going to hold in. So we're going to put some DPC, we're going to staple that across, and then obviously that'll hold the insulation in. Anyway, we're going to have a quick coffee, and then we'll bring you guys back once we're a bit further on. Okay, big shout out to Ryan, who bought us 5 coffees on our Buy Me a Coffee page. That is really generous, thank you so much. That really helps the channel drink coffee. Helps us drink coffee, doesn't it, PJ?
Helps coffee drink channel.
We love coffee. So this one was kindly donated by the client we're working for, but when we're on the road, we
buy some of Ryan's monies.
yeah, we'll use some of that monies to buy the guys, and we'll share this with Jacob as well. He's not here today, but we'll get him some coffees next time. He's actually working in the workshop back in the northwest. Anyway, thanks guys. Link to the description if you do want to buy us a coffee, and hope you enjoyed the video. Cheers. damp getting through.
After I finish installing the damp-proof course to keep the rock wool off the concrete floor, we begin by installing the first layer of 100mm acoustic insulation. We stagger the cuts as we build up the height, making sure the insulation stays against the brick wall.
Okay, so we've got some of the rock wool in. Unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but we knew this was going to be the case. We can't actually fix this really very easily to the brickwork, so we've stacked it up. We managed to get 3 rows, so that's like, what will that be, 180 centimetres. Obviously, to get to the top, if we start stacking it up, it's going to fall down. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually put the rock wool in as we go. So if we get a panel in, then obviously we can put rock wool behind it and get up to the sort of roof. So I think what we're going to do now is we're going to get some of the pre-made panels out of the van, and then we can obviously get those in place and then see what we need to actually build. We also need to get this window out somehow. We've actually forgot our moon tool, which is a tool for taking the bead off to get the glass. Pardon? So yeah, a few bits to do. We've just been having lunch, so we and a massive drive this morning. So
Who did a massive drive?
Jacob. PJ drove us all here because I've got a bad back. Thanks, PJ. Anyway, shall we crack on? Let's get on. So we're gonna have to take this window out. We've decided, haven't we, PJ?
Yeah.
Well, I've decided. You've just agreed with me. But I think we need to get a glass out because it's gonna be, well, it's gonna be pretty heavy, I think, to pull out.
One of them out.
We're just going to try and get the glass out. We haven't actually got the tool, so the moon tool goes in here and obviously prizes that open, and then obviously you can take the bead off, and it's quite tight. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to use a chisel, try and get a chisel in there to open that up a little bit. I've just had a little go, it seems to work, and then use this, it's quite thin metal, just to sort of wedge in, and then obviously
We can chase it then.
do you want? Okay, yeah. You see that's sort of, can you see that's opened up a little bit? Now, just depends whether it's going to be enough to get this in. What I'll do is just use this chisel just to open it up a little bit further. Obviously, we're just trying to do this without damaging it too much. Aren't we, PJ?
Yeah.
So that's just opened it up a little bit more. Okay, so that's allowed us to slot that in, and then
Drop the chisel.
may be able to
We need to improvise something else. One out, that makes a big difference.
So that's the hardest one to get out, obviously. First one. Let's try another one. Let's see if we can get in here. It's a bit easier. Essentially, it's a waste window, isn't it? But it's a shame just to.
Yeah, well, somebody's going to recycle it usefully, hopefully, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, we've just forgotten the tool, so.
It's usually where Chris cuts himself when he has to go to the hospital.
That's not too bad. There you go. So the moon tool essentially is a blade, isn't it? But it's
a very stiff, sharp,
Yeah.
sort of a blade that is the shape of a scythe kind of thing, isn't it?
yeah. So with the moon tool, you sort of go in and then you essentially do that, don't you? It goes to the side. Okay, that's another one out. That's pretty good. Okay, so it's going to come out. The other thing to mention is when you put a double glazed unit down, Don't put it on concrete.
Never, ever on concrete.
Because it can just smash it. But it has got some plastic shims underneath it, so we'll probably be all right actually today. That's what you got to do when they don't come out, isn't it? Wow. Have you done that before?
Maybe.
That's the window out and all cleaned up. I think we're going to start getting some of the panels in around the window now, and then the ones we haven't made obviously we'll just build up to get the size of the window, which is going to be 110 by 50. On the exterior we'll sort of build that up with the timber at a later date, and then obviously use some cladding to kind of fill it back in from the outside so it kind of looks decent. So we'll bring you guys back when we're a bit further on. What is it you found, Peter?
It's got things living on it.
You got a friend, PJ?
This is Steve.
Steve. All right, Steve. Steve's only got one leg.
And no beak. He's all right though. Hey, Steve. You like that, don't you?
Oh dear. Shall we get back to work?
This is where taking accurate measurements is key to building the prefabricated panels in our workshop. We get this end wall in and add in some of the detail as we go around the window section. We then move on to the side wall, adding insulation behind the panels. The height of this section is around 2.5 meters, so utilises 4 slabs of rock wool and a bit of a cut off.
Go on, show us your technique here. You got to pull this nice and straight.
I reckon I go for the point where it's most offline. It's about there, maybe. I'm gonna put it in here. Pull it flush. Stop.
Show us the magic there, Peter. Is that definitely? Oh, okay. No, you can't. You can only do it with these screws, though, can't you?
Yeah.
Show us the screws.
Well, the screws are really good.
Torque screws, but this bit is unthreaded, so that's the only. If you've got thread all the way down, you can't pull it in.
It just binds them together.
Yeah. Go on, show us another bit of magic here. Let's see what you can do.
Well, it's not really magic at this point.
Right, here, let's just watch it come together. See what skills you've got. So this is all fallen down, but we sort of insulate as we go in this kind of situation. As we go. Okay guys, got some of the walls up. That's the highest side, so this goes up to about 2.4. Got the end wall in, obviously with the window. The other side of the window, we're gonna have to do some sort of filling in around here with sort of timber. We'll probably have some cladding on the outside with the exterior window. Got around the door to sort, and then we're going to be doing this bit next. We're hoping that we can get those in. I think there's where PJ is there. There's about 4 panels to go. So again, we're just building the rock wool up as we go. So obviously, because we've got no means of keeping it in place and stacking it up. You can use some expanding foam that actually sticks to sort of brick or, you know, anything, so it'll stick the rock wool to it. And we used it on the last garage conversion we did. Anyway, I think we're going to get these 4 panels in. It's about 5:30, hopefully done in the next hour, and then we'll be back tomorrow, but we'll bring you guys back shortly.
We continue adding our prefabricated panels down the opposite side of the garage, insulating behind as we go. PJ loves this job, particularly dealing with the rock wool. Thankfully, the last 2 panels go in without any issue, so well done to Jacob for the measurements and, of course, building the panels.
That's us done for today. It's about 6:30, so we're going to head back to the hotel now, and we shall see you in the morning. Okay guys, we're just back at the studio this morning. We got most of the sort of walls in yesterday on this side. What we're going to do today is, firstly, we're going to start building the wall where PJ is, so let's just swap. So we got like a double wall here, so we're going to have stud work going down here with insulation in the middle, and then stud work on the outside. But what we're going to do, me and PJ are going to split up, and sort of PJ's doing the inside wall, I'm going to do the outside wall. We're going to get those built, and we're going to leave a gap in the middle so we can get, probably until we plasterboard, so we can get all the materials through. Once we've done that, I think we're going to start framing out where the roof's going to go. So with this one, we haven't actually pre-built the roof because the room's not quite square. So we're going to put some 4x2 timbers across each side, and then literally just sort of build this in situ, which I think will be the easiest way to get it done. So we'll get cracking and we'll bring you guys back once we're a bit further on.
We are using 4x2 timber here to build the stud work. Taking accurate measurements and use of a good spirit level is key here. We also aim to fix the noggins at a height of 120 centimetres to accommodate the size of the rock wool slabs. Because I'm dealing with the outer shell, I'm fixing the end walls to the garage, whilst PJ keeps the inner wall decoupled from the sides and instead ties the stud work into the new panels we have already installed to avoid any flanking problems.
Okay guys, we've got that inner and outer stud wall up as far as we're going to go anyway with it. Let's just have a little look how that works. So on the inside we're using plasterboard. There's going to be plasterboard finish. Obviously this is going to have the same rock wool that's in here. It's going to be inside these studs, which is 100mm studs, or the finish size of these 89mm, so you get a 100mm piece of rock wool in. So what we've actually done is the finish size of plasterboard is 120 or 119.5 centimeters. So we can do plasterboard from here, and then that'll finish about here. So we've done a double stud. So then the next one can then finish here. We're also leaving out a space in the middle so we can actually walk through for now. But essentially we'll have rock wool down this cavity as well. We've also built in the sort of slant into the roof there, so we've got that, which you can see more clearly on the other side actually. So on the outside we're going to be using OSB. This is going to be a storage area in here, so where all the kind of consumer unit is and the services. I think there's going to be a tumble dryer and stuff. This is going to have OSB on it, so the OSB finishes at 122 centimeters, so we're going to have OSB from here, and then we've actually done a stud there, so this finishes here at 122. And then we've missed one of the studs out, but obviously mark where that's going to go. And then the other stud at 122 is here. So that'll be two sheets. A sheet of OSB to around here. And then from there, there's going to be one to there, and then obviously a bit of a cut. Again, this will be insulated on this side with different rock wool. And then obviously this will be left as it is. We've also put an extra timber at the top, and we'll keep that sort of decoupled from the roof. It's pretty strong, that anyway. Obviously we've tied it into the brickwork, as you've probably seen in the video. So we're just gonna have a little break now, a bit of a warm up in the van, and then we shall be getting on with the roof. So we're gonna start framing out the roof, obviously getting that set up around the perimeter, and then we'll bring you guys back. We've now got to get on with the dreaded rock wool in the ceiling, which is the thing that we're always avoiding. The only sort of problem with this is that the original beams that are spanning across that we've sort of inherited are at a spacing of around 70 centimeters. Obviously the rock wool panels are 120 by 60, so we're going to have to cut them down and probably use the waste somewhere else, so it's going to make it a little bit awkward, but I also think we're going to have to use some damp proof course to actually hold the rock wool in place. So we're going to staple some of that up, and obviously that could be used to keep it all nice and snug whilst we get on with the next bit. So anyway, we'll keep the camera running and we'll bring you guys back once we're a bit further on. Okay guys, that's us done on the drum studio in West London. Let's just have a little look around and see what we got up to. So we got all the inner shell bits in, obviously got the walls up, there's obviously insulation behind there. Got these inner walls in with more insulation. Obviously we reduced the size of the window, so it's going to be this size, which is 120 by 50, and then outside we're going to sort of frame this out and obviously use some timber cladding. Got a door to put in there. We've got the ceiling, which is on a slight angle. Managed to get that insulated behind, and obviously this is ready for insulation and plasterboard. We've left a bit of a gap here in the stud-work so we can still get through. Obviously this is our double stud work. There's going to be OSB on here and then plasterboard on the inside. So next time we're going to be doing the plasterboarding and plastering. Thanks for watching the video guys, hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.